I'm alive. The Cowboys are alive. The season is alive. Unfortunately, Jason Garrett's job is still alive. Yes, the NFC East belongs to the Cowboys. Like holding something in your hand, Molly. Like, is it yours? Close it. Take it home. The Cowboys have everything going for them. They have three things. They have, number one, the competition. The Eagles are suffering from apparently the ever-predictable Super Bowl hangover. We all said you didn't reinvent dynasties, and now they are slowly realizing it. The Redskins, sadly, as we just pointed out, as you just pointed out, Molly, are without Alex Smith, who suffered that terrible injury. So the competition is laying itself up for the Cowboys to just knock it on the green. And number two, the schedule allows it. You get both the Redskins and the Eagles at home within the next 3 weeks. You can secure this thing in the next 3 weeks. And then finally, and perhaps most importantly, number three, they have a formula. And it's become clear over the last 2 weeks. Hopefully, and I can only say hopefully, it's become clear to Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan. Feed Ezekiel Elliott 25-plus touches a game. Give it to the guy who has, over his career, done more than any running back in the NFL, including the guys that get all the attention like Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley. Give it to this beast. You want to know the beast of the East is not the Cowboys. The beast of the East is Ezekiel Elliott. The formula is feed Zeke, feed Zeke, feed Zeke, and win with that defense. Everything right there is in the Cowboys' hands.
Oh, Jackie Smith, bless his heart. He must be the sickest man in America. That is going to be Will Cain soon. Listen, this division is there for the Cowboys, if they want it. I mean, someone in this division has to take yes for an answer. If the Cowboys would simply take yes for an answer, they'll win the division. Look at the quarterbacks in the NFC East for a second. You're talking about Eli Manning, yesterday notwithstanding. He's been maybe the worst quarterback in the NFL starter this season so far. Colt McCoy is now the starter for Washington. Okay, backup, apologies to Colt McCoy, but come on. Dak Prescott has been no great shakes. Carson Wentz is excellent, but he's on a team that once they lost those back-to-back home games, it was sandwiched with a road win, but they lost back-to-back at home, the two consecutive home games, rather. They weren't going to overcome that, and that's what's happening now. If the Cowboys take yes for an answer, the division is there to win by default, which is hilarious to me, actually, Stephen A., because exactly what Will was lamenting, it means the coaching staff will remain in place next year so we can do this again. It's amazing for Cowboy haters.
You know, I'm just looking at the Philadelphia Eagles, and I just want to go down a real list about this stuff. You got Tim Jernigan. He hasn't played yet this season because of back surgery. You got Ronald Darby. He's out for the season with a torn ACL. And another cornerback in Jalen Mills. He's missed the last 2 games with a foot injury. All right. You got Darren Sproles, who's missed 9 games with a hamstring injury. You got your boy Lane Johnson, Max Kellerman, on the offensive line. He missed last week's loss versus the Cowboys with a knee injury. We knew about that. Carson Wentz missed 2 games this season. Jeffries missed 3 games this season. It's not just about a Super Bowl hangover. It's about being injury-plagued as well. We've got to take that into consideration.
Whoa. Wasn't that the same thing said about them a year ago when they won the Super Bowl?
Time out.
Yeah, all right.
Zip it. I'm not finished with my point. I'm coming there. You
egregious.
Wait. You sit back and wait, rookie. Wait. Okay? So I went with all of these. This stuff. And I threw all of that out to say the Eagles, having lost, gotten ramrodded, beat down and embarrassed on national television yesterday. Having said that, I'm still telling you the Philadelphia Eagles can still take this division. I'm still telling you it damn sure does not belong to the Cowboys. I don't care what we saw from yesterday. If you remember last week, what I said, Will Cain, was this. The Eagles, and you remember this, Max, we came on TV Friday, and they said, what chance do you give the Eagles against the Saints? I said 0. They will get beat down. They're going to get embarrassed. They're going to get annihilated.
They only lost
and
7-1.
That is going to be their wake-up call. I said you don't count yesterday. A matter of fact, to me, yesterday works in the Eagles' favor because they get embarrassed like that, to get annihilated like that. Remember, we're not talking about them losing to the New Orleans Saints, stinking up the joint, and then their season just falls apart. We're talking about a team that was 3-3, and has lost 3 of their last 4 or so, all right, or actually 4 of their last 5, 3 of their last 4, I'm sorry. And it's one of those situations where you don't have to worry about going against Drew Brees again. Not to the playoffs. You get to deal with the NFC East the rest of the way, which is never solidified. It's up for grabs. You can go 9-7 and win this division. And I'm telling you, the Eagles are still in play, and I'm not conceding a damn thing to the Dallas Cowboys.
They better go 5-1.
Nothing.